It's Week 8 of the National Football League.
And all eyes are on the dual threat Lamar Jackson.
He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Rams and the Vikings on Thursday night.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Great to have you with us in this primetime battle. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you under the lights. We'll be putting in the spotlight the running backs. These are two teams, Greg, with backs who can tote it and carry it and make guys miss. They're going to give us a fun old-school game on the ground here tonight.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, Mike, because, I mean, how many of these games have you and I done where we start out saying, all right, the quarterbacks, the wide receiver, these two electric passing games, that's how these offenses are built. But now we have a little bit of a throwback, and for two teams that unapologetically say, we are going to run our offense through the running back position.
It is the rookie from Alabama, Will Riker, to get us started. And off we go here on a Thursday night. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
I give this guy a lot of credit, Mike. He was very upfront and honest, not only with us, but with his teammates, that last week, it was just not up to the standard that they expect around that building. And even though they were able to win and overcome some of those bad interceptions, if they want to continue to give themselves a chance week in and week out to win in the NFL, they're going to need more production out of that quarterback position.
Second down and 8. The NFL's third leading rusher a season ago, it's Kyren Williams. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. On third down, Jackson. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or two short.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft out of USC. It's Sam Darnold.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he played fairly well for the most part. Now, are there some things to clean up? Absolutely. Some of his footwork, both inside and outside the pocket, still has a long way to go. The occasional errant throw or just thinking, hey, I've got a big arm, I'm going to fit this ball in the window. Some of that stuff needs to get cleaned up, but overall, not bad. But what matters the most in wins and losses, and he just wasn't the difference maker his team needed when they needed him the most.
Play fake to Jones, and now, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get stripped sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
On third and long, here's Darnold. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
The Rams offense, and Lamar Jackson getting set to take over once more. And he's used his legs to great effect this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design, as you check out the league leaders in quarterback rushing yards. Cup in motion. Off the play fake. Jackson. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
The key to this play here, Mike, is the anticipation of the snap. Watch how he's able to time the center, and when that ball moves, he hits it. Gets through into the backfield, and he brings the quarterback down before the receivers even got out of their breaks.
Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost him 5.
Offense. Still second down.
Jackson now on second down. Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. And this one will not work. He goes out of bounds. They're going to drop 4 on that one. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. From the gun, Jackson. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Really nice job there by Grenard. And think back to last year, Mike. He's coming off a career high, 12.5 sacks in 2023. Now he decides to sign with the Vikings this offseason. He's hoping to take this defense to another level. And so far, it seems like this marriage is working out just fine.
The Vikings offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He'll get this complete to Trent Sherfield. They get 12 yards on that pass. It'll be a Vikings first down. Here's Darnold. That's caught by Jefferson on the right side. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Quick hitting slant there. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Slot man in motion left. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play. Here's 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. In this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And a penalty flag down in the backfield. They finally get him down, but I'm not sure if this is going to stand. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. There's a short one taken in by Higbee.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs. think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Here's Powell to return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Man who traded green and gold for Viking purple. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll take this up past the 40. A pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Vikings.
Darnold now to throw. Got a man. That's Sherfield. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Darnold to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Here's Darnold again. Open man, downfield, it's Hawkinson. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
From the 1-yard line, 1st down and goal. To throw again is Darnold. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Jalen Naylor. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's his 4th touchdown on the year.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. 1st and goal, down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
The kick is good. Makes the score Vikings 10, Rams 0.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. This taken at the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Rams offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Now Jackson. That's to last year's rookie sensation, Puka Nacua. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. It's the Vikings with the edge. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. Second down, Jackson. Going right back to Nacua, complete. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Nakua snags it over the middle. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
On play action, here's Jackson. Open man is Robinson. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay.
Still 3rd down.
So a much more difficult scenario now. It is 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson. He's got a man. That's Nakua. Complete. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. How about 4 catches on this drive alone? Time to change the defense. This one gets him another 1st down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
The reason teams love calling the quarterback's number on design quarterback runs, Mike, is because in the blocking scheme, you gain 1 additional blocker. It didn't matter here. The defense was ready for it, and they're able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's Jackson. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Metellus.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Vikings offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early. And we'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing, Darnold. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Hawkinson. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Go to the line now on 2nd and 2. Play fake to Jones, and now Darnold. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. A 19-yard pickup there. 1st down, Minnesota.
And after battling some injuries a year ago, Mike, Justin Jefferson, I know he's certainly looking forward to getting back to producing at the ridiculous level that we've come to expect out of him. I mean, even with last year's limitations, he still eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark, and barring something dramatic, we got to imagine he's going to do it again this year.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the handoff, Jones. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Here's a 3rd and 10. Now Darnold. Here comes the screen to Jones. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. That is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. Here's Ryan Wright now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. Rams offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That is caught. It's Robinson. 13 yards to start that drive, and a quick 1st down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now, Jackson. He'll find his tight end in the middle of the field to take it. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Play action now. Jackson. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds and just beyond the line of scrimmage. That's all they needed to pick up the 1st down.
That's good for Rams. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Again, it's Jackson. Huff brings it in left side. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 42-yard line.
Off the play fake. Jackson. That's to Robinson. He's got it. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Jackson up top again. That one on target to Cup. And he's going to be out of bounds after a pickup of about 4, but that is enough to keep the drive alive. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They run over center with Williams. And a short pickup here, brought down just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd and 9. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Jackson now on 2nd down. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
The Vikings offense ready to get back to work. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with 1st down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That one caught by Hawkinson. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the 1st half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points. This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. That one into the hands of Jefferson. And he will have a first down, and they're into field goal range now at the 30. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. Darnold to throw again. He'll look underneath here for Jones. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. The Vikings go ahead and use their final timeout, and they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half. To throw again is Darnold. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Braden Fisk, the rookie, in there that time for the sack.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins as they'll square off with the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the Buffalo Bills. And finally, on Monday Night Football, a good blue-collar matchup. Giants and Steelers from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Darnold to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
And after parting ways with the Packers, Jones kind of surprised some by staying in the NFC North. He signs with Minnesota, and he joins an offense that is loaded with talented skill players. So if he can continue to be the playmaker he's been throughout his career, they've got themselves a nice young group here in Minnesota, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off. Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
That one complete to Sherfield. And he's going to have the first down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them. On play action, here's Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Throwing on third down is Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
A return now from the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Rams offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They find themselves down 13-0 here. As they try to get things started offensively, it's 1st and 10. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. From the interior, Harrison Phillips there for the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. On play action, here's Jackson. He's got a receiver wide open, left side. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given. But it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Throw right side, hauled in by Cup.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Nice job moving the chains, and Kyron Williams is really someone who kind of came out of nowhere, and he had a career season back in 2023, finished 3rd in rushing, but it was really the yards per game, the consistency, a lot of big plays, and he picks up right where he left off.
Delay of game, offense. Still 1st down.
Back to throw, Jackson. Pass caught right side by Higbee. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14.
At the Vikings 17-yard line.
That is caught. It's Robinson. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Trying to keep a drive alive, going to have to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. Throw to the right flat. It is caught.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Hardy's kick is good. And the Rams will cut into that lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Ty Chandler now to bring it back. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. They run it once more with Jones. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Third down, 3 to go. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That's to the left side, taken in by Jefferson.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Darnold now on 1st and 10. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. Jones. He'll get about 3. And that's going to lead to 3rd down. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Now Darnold. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
First down, Minnesota.
Out of the gun, they give it to Jones. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Here's Darnold. That's to the outside, and he's got Jefferson.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll run the toss here with Jones. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. They've converted 2 3rd downs already on this drive. And here's 3rd and 4. That's hauled in at the 2. And he is very close to the 1st down. But eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. Darnold now to throw. That's taken in to the goal line and in. T.J. Hawkinson. Touchdown, Vikings. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Reichert now to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Vikings will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Reichert out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. To return, here's Ronnie Rivers. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 26. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua.
To number 17. A gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Jackson looking to throw. It's complete. He's got Cup. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
There's a short one taken in by Higbee. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. He'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. To the air one more time with Jackson. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one. Here comes 3rd and 6. Jackson up top again. He's got a man. That's Nakua. Complete. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
Again, it's Jackson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
To play in the NFL, you got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. And in this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
And he'll be taken down, but now a long way to go on 3rd and goal.
At the 17-yard line. A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run it with Williams.
Williams again the ball carrier.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Hardy's kick is good. And the Rams are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. Eddie has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And that'll be a short gain up to the 27-yard line.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. He'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
That's caught by Jones out of the backfield. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It'll be a Vikings first down. Darnold to throw again. Going up top. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's a run, and it's Jones. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Darnold to throw. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Roseboom.
So you do a great job all game long. You build up a lead here late in the 4th quarter, but now you get sloppy. This turnover all of a sudden brings a renewed sense of energy to your opponent, who a minute ago thought this game was over, and now they got a little life.
The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Jackson. That's to the left side and pulled in by Higbee. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
38-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. Pass caught right side by Higbee. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. A first down throw for Jackson. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
2nd down. Jackson. There's that man again. Another catch. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. That's taken in by Higbee. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal. Over the middle, it's Cup. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it with Williams. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Demarcus Robinson. Touchdown, Rams.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy. Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
A one-score game late, you figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. On the give, it's Jones. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. They'll go back to Jones on 1st down. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. Again, it's Jones. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. Try and run for the 1st down with Jones.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, a win here for the Vikings. They're able to bounce back after a difficult loss a week ago, respond with a much better overall performance, and it culminates in a victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night.